That's all right, but guys like JR, you need him on a larger stage.
Right.
You know, we got enough jitterbug coaches in this country. You know. We got plenty of those, you know. But we need a guy like that on a larger stage because he's lived it, and he could be really effective as a liaison between this country and Europe.
Wow.
That's what I like to see. And I hope David Stern sees it the same way I see it. He's got some vision. David Stern, he made a statement. I spoke at in New Orleans right after Katrina, and they had the NBA All-Star game. And David Stern said, we're tired of waiting on Americans to produce players. And Mark Cuban echoed that, and because we're just not turning out players like we used to. So he said, well, we got to go to the international arenas, and that's what he's pushing now.
Wow.
China, Eastern Europe is wide open, and West Africa, all the way around to the Horn of Africa, up to Tanzania, down to South Africa, all the way over to Nigeria. They got some serious athletes, but they need to be coached, and the administration is not what it should be. I was there last summer, and it was amazing. I've never seen that many athletic guys in my life.
Wow.
Especially with feet. They got great feet, but that's they growing up playing soccer.
Right.
Now all they need is some training, and they're lacking administration and teaching. That's all they need. Now the one that came into this country, I guess the first one that hit the big time from West Africa was Elijah.
Right.
But now he was a freak. He's different. He came in with great hands, great feet, great brain power, great athleticism, the whole bit. Now some of these other guys have been coming in. They're basically specialists. You know, they like tumble, block shot.
Yeah.
They don't have the full package that Elijah had.
Right.
And there are a few others like Sagano. His name makes me so angry. He's from Senegal, and Diop. His name is the same as mine. It's just the French pronunciation, Jobe.
Yeah.
Diop, but that's Jobe. Across the river in Gambia, it's just Jobe, like mine. In Senegal, it's Jobe, but it's the same thing. And he came into this country, and I jumped on him too. He got people calling him Diop. And I said, why you let me? He said, well, they couldn't pronounce my name, you know. So I told his dad. Dad is bigger than he is. Dad was upset. You know, I said, that's a disgrace to your family name, having them calling you Diop. In fact, I don't know what happened to that kid. Avery had him for a while with the Mavericks. I don't know what happened to Sagano. They traded him. I think he's around somewhere. But anyway, got a lot of those kind of, you know, they can rebound, block shot, but Elijah had the whole package.
Right.
I mean, he was different. He's almost like LeBron James. He could do it all.
Right. And
knew the game. God, that boy knew the game. And he just picked it up after he got over here. Yeah. He played soccer all his life. He played little basketball there. He got over here by accident somehow. I don't know how that happened. Sometimes the Holy Spirit is involved in a lot of things. We don't know about it.
Yeah.
That kid came over here, man, and then everybody started running to Africa trying to get five players. Give me an African. And now in the league, I saw one last night from the Congo. Plays for Milwaukee Bucks. Congolese kid, plays well. Mom and dad were Olympians, and beautiful. There are just so many great things going on now, and I'm just happy that my mentor saw it long before anybody else. In the 1950s, he saw that this was going to come, and it's going to really get bigger and bigger and bigger. And guys like JR can be in on it.
Right.
Yeah, he can be in on it, and then that way, when he gets my age, he's been on both sides.
Right.
As a player and as an administrator. That's what I'd like to see. I've been throwing his name out to my friend is also my boss. His name is Donnie Walsh. He's the president and GM of the Knicks, and we've been working together since 1969 or 70.
Wow.
we've known each other, and we used to be real poor together. Now he's very, very wealthy, and I'm still poor, you know. But he pays me well. But I'm always throwing his name out to JR. Once I went to him because Darius asked me to. That's been it must have been 2001, I think. 2000 or around 99. Coach McLennan was still alive, and he said, try to get somebody to bring. How long has JR been in the league?
It's been, I think he went to Europe around 98, 99.
Okay. Well, I met Darius, I guess, 98 or 99. He was telling me about, you know, and he was good enough to be in the NBA, and Donnie was then GM for the Pacers. Excuse me, and I mentioned it to Donnie, and he did some research. He had one of the scouts to do research. We have 2 scouts in Europe.
Okay.
And but he never did act on it. But I don't know. I didn't follow up on it, and he never mentioned it anymore. But since that time, I talked to Darius, and from what Darius has told me about his success and his financial situation, I might want to stay away.
Right.
And he's doing some good. You know, he's making a serious contribution to both sides of the ocean. You know, the U.S. side, for those who understand what's going on, and the European side, he's doing something. So I think he should go down in history as a pioneer, an ambassador, and something like a warrior without a gun.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny, Coach. I remember back a few years ago. It might have been 2004. Me and JR was sitting there talking, and it was the talk of possibility of playing in the NBA. And me and him was, you know, and I was asking him, you know, from the standpoint of if anybody had an opportunity to play in the NBA, why wouldn't? And JR said something to me that day that sort of shook the foundation of me, how I looked at him as a businessman, a young man, and as a friend. And he's like, nah, there's a reason I'm in Europe. He's like, I got something I'm doing or I have to do in Europe. And I walk with faith. I'm not that church guy, but I walk with a faith. And then it was something I could talk about it now, because
I know.
They told me to be quiet. You know, at that point I was like, all right, be quiet. And he sit there, Coach, and he told me, like, you know what, bro, I could go, I can get a jersey that says some NBA team with Holden on the back. And it'll be cool, and a lot of the kids that I go speak to, I can go talk to, will go try to buy my jersey. But I got something I'm supposed to do in Europe.
John McLennan, I tell you, I've always said this. I know I'm not that religious, but my wife is. But I'm not. But I've seen his spirit, and in a lot of young, not a lot, a few young, like Avery Johnson. When I talked to him, well, I coached him, and then I talked to him. So I think I'm talking to John McLennan. Wow. And when he talks, I listen. You know, people said, "Did you tell Avery this?" Did you tell? I don't tell Avery anything. Avery tells me. You know? I mean, he when he played for me, I realized he knew more about the game than I did. You know, he was a great college player. Oh man! But he went to the NBA and they changed his style of game. But I think he played about 15 years.
Yeah, he played. You know, whether they changed it or not, he had success.
And he got 3, 4 possibilities of jobs. He's just thinking about it. He's not sure, but David Stern said he's sure. He said we want him back in the league, so he'll be coaching somewhere next.
Good deal.
Yeah, next season. But yeah, JR, I sense that in him. I see what he's saying. I can feel it. I said John McLennan all over again. I see what he's saying, and I think he's right on. He's right on it. He